Hi, hello, hey! Welcome to what a typical week of meals looks like for me. All the meals in this video are low effort, but they do taste delicious if I do say so myself. So, without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with Monday, I usually have the same breakfast every single day. I always go for my high-protein chocolate mug cake, but it's actually a bowl, and here's the recipe. You're going to be needing spelt flour, lupin flour, cacao powder, protein powder, and some baking powder. Then you're going to need a banana. Remember that the bigger it is, the sweeter your cake will be. Then I use soy milk, and I don't really have a fixed measurement. I just eyeball it. I just mix it until it gets a thicker consistency. Afterwards, you're just going to take your cake into the microwave. I usually leave it there for around 11.5 minutes. For the toppings, in this day I chose mangoes, blackberries, and nectarines. Actually, I think you're going to see me eating a mango every single day in this week. I don't always eat the same fruits here, but my mom has been buying a lot of mangoes, and who am I to complain? Who doesn't love mangoes? After breakfast, I just went to the beach, and you're going to notice that I usually never cook lunch because I usually have whatever I had the previous night. In this day, that was a salad, some veggie burgers, and some seitan. Then, I also ate some bread with a vegan cheese spread and my favorite orange dark chocolate. I swear by this one. On the afternoon, I had some lemon-flavored sparkling water and also made one of my favorite snacks. Yogurt, in this case blueberry yogurt, with some fruit, which on this day I chose strawberries. After I went for an afternoon walk, I started making dinner, which was one of my classics. I eat this every single week without fail. Sweet potatoes with some seitan and tomato. I started by scrubbing the potatoes, as I like to leave the peel because it means less work and I know I'm lazy. Then I sliced them, and is it just me or are sweet potatoes the worst to cut? Afterwards, I added some seasoning, olive oil, garlic powder, and salt. Then I got started on the seitan. I just sliced it into small cubes and seasoned it with barbecue sauce, garlic powder, and salt. I really only use basic condiments. I gave everything a good stir, and into the oven it went. After it was done cooking, I just sliced some tomatoes, added some vinegar and salt, and voila! One of the easiest and most low-effort dinners ever. To finish up, and you're going to notice a pattern here, I ate more bread. Because who doesn't love bread? This time I toasted it and just added some butter on top. On Tuesday, I topped my chocolate breakfast cake with mango and blackberries, and on this day I had a nail appointment which I was in desperate need of, so I just had to rush it a bit. After I got home, I put my lunch in the microwave, same as what I ate on Monday's dinners, sliced some tomatoes, and went to the gym. Afterwards, it was beach time, and I brought with me an apple and also ate some vegan Magnum ice cream that my boyfriend bought me. Back home for dinner, I decided to make a stir fry with some tofu and whole grain bread with a vegan cheese spread, the same one I used on Monday. And yes, it's spread again. The veggies I used were already cut for me, so I just had to put them in a pan. Add the condiments, which were teriyaki sauce, garlic powder, and salt. For the tofu, I sliced it in cubes. Honestly, I just sliced everything in cubes. I put it in a pan and added some teriyaki sauce, salt, and garlic, the same thing as I used on the veggies. I stirred everything together, and when it was done, I spread the vegan cheese on the bread and made my version of the pizza tower but with bread. As a sort of dessert, I had a pre-made smoothie, which was a mixture of mango, passion fruit, banana, and apple. I drank it while I continued editing the video. On Wednesday, I started the day making some decaf. I bet coffee lovers will come here for this, but I usually just add water to increase the volume and make it less concentrated. And of course, I use a reusable straw because we don't kill turtles on this channel. For my breakfast toppings, I added a mango, shocking I know, and some fresh raspberries. To be honest, this is one of my favorite combos, I'm always eating it. For lunch, I had my stir fry and bread tower again, went to the gym, and when I came back, since I wasn't very hungry, I just ate a gold kiwi. Later on the afternoon, I remembered that I had some watermelon in the fridge, so it was chopping time. Am I the only one that struggles to not cut a finger while cutting a watermelon? They're just so wobbly and giant. I ended up eating it while I was in a Zoom call, since I was too slow cutting it and was almost late. For dinner, I made a cabbage and carrot stir fry with some veggie burgers. I started by separating the cabbage leaves just to make sure I washed away all the dirt because I don't want to eat mosquitoes, and then I sliced it. Afterwards, I started peeling the carrots, chopped them, and added them to the pan with the cabbage. I mixed everything together and then it was seasoning time. As usual, you probably know this by now, I mixed olive oil with teriyaki sauce, garlic powder, and salt. I'm so creative, I know. I let everything cook, and in the meanwhile I turned on the oven and took the veggie burgers out of the freezer. I've been obsessed with these ones lately. They have awesome ingredients, taste delicious, and are high protein. I put them in the oven and then just assembled everything together. I usually am all for big volume, but even I struggle to eat all of this. If you want a very filling meal, this is it. For dessert, I had a vegan Magnum ice cream, which is one of my favorites, and around midnight I got hungry again, so I ate a banana. On Thursday, for breakfast, I was back to my blackberry and mango topping combo. And for lunch, I had my cabbage and carrot mix again. After the gym, I ate the leftover watermelon I had from the previous day. Because I was still hungry, I also ate some of the same blueberry yogurt that I mentioned on Monday with raspberries. If you thought this would be it for my afternoon snack, nope, there's more. I also ate this rice cake dark chocolate bar. I love the crunchy texture and the chocolate is so good. For dinner, I decided on potatoes, seitan, and tomato. I was going to chop some potatoes, but I found ones already chopped on the freezer, and me being lazy, I just went for it. So I just put those in the oven tray and started slicing the seitan. Like last time, I used barbecue sauce, garlic powder, and salt to season it. I put everything in the oven, chopped the tomatoes, and just enjoyed it. I didn't film it, but I also ate dark chocolate as a dessert, and then some bread with butter, because I can go a day without bread. On Friday, the breakfast combo I went for were nectarines, strawberries, and mango. I woke up late for my hair appointment, so I ate breakfast while my mom drove me there, and I had to show my new hair here because it was my first time doing highlights and I love them. Now back to food. For lunch, I had the seitan with potatoes and tomato again, and then it was gym time. Afterwards, I had the same snack as on Thursday and just ate some blueberry yogurt with raspberries. I also ate this tiny pie with blueberry filling, and honestly, I swear by it, it's so good. I got everyone hooked on it. On this day, I went out for dinner. I ordered takeaway because of COVID restrictions, so I went to pick it up at my favorite restaurant and then found a very cute spot next to the river to eat. I ate a burger with seitan, cheese, and mushrooms, plus sweet potatoes with vegan homemade mayo. This is like my favorite meal ever. I can't get enough of it. For dessert, I had this delicious chocolate mousse with hazelnuts. I know it doesn't look the best, but it was delicious. Then I just enjoyed the sunset and the rest of the night. On Saturday, I had a combo of mango and strawberries with my chocolate cake for breakfast, and then I went on to clean my room before going to the gym. Because I went out for dinner on Friday, I had to make lunch, and I chose to make carrot pasta with tofu. I started by putting the pasta water with some salt on the stove so it could boil, and then went on to pretty much destroy my tofu. As seasoning, I used barbecue sauce, teriyaki sauce, and soy sauce. So many sauces. When my water was boiling, I just added the pasta. While the rest was cooking, I washed my carrots, peeled them, and then started grating them. Afterwards, I mixed them with the tofu in a pan. In the meantime, my pasta was ready, so I drained the water, added some butter, and also put it in the pan with the rest. I gave everything a good stir, and lunch was ready. Honestly, I never tried this one, but it was one of my favorite meals of the week. 10 out of 10 would repeat it. After eating lunch, I had that rice cake with dark chocolate bar again as a dessert. In the afternoon, I drank some passion fruit flavored sparkling water and then ate a banana and strawberry yogurt. For dinner, I was back to the classic potatoes, seitan, and tomato. As usual, I washed my potatoes, sliced them, and seasoned them with olive oil, garlic powder, salt, and this time I also added paprika, just to spice things up. Then I moved on to slicing the seitan. I bet you're sick of this part already, and seasoned it with barbecue sauce, garlic powder, and salt. You know this by now. After dinner, I was back with my bread. I know it looks like it has nothing on it, but it does have some butter. To finish the day, I also drank this soy chocolate milk that I adore. On Sunday, for breakfast, I had my raspberry and mango combo. I told you it was one of my favorites. Then for lunch, it was the same as yesterday's dinner, just potatoes, seitan, and tomato. As an afternoon snack, I had a toast with some vegan cheese. It was my first time trying this brand and I highly recommend it. I hate when vegan cheeses don't melt, and this one just melted perfectly. Then I went to the gym and afterwards went for a walk so I could get my steps in for the day. When I came back home, I was starving, so I decided to try this protein oatmeal sample that I was given. The instructions said to add some hot water, so I put some in the microwave and then added it to the mixture. Then I was supposed to let it rest for 4 minutes in order to gain a thicker consistency, so I did that, and at the end I also added some nectarines. For dinner, I had veggie fingers with seitan and more tomatoes. I did the seitan the same way as all the other times before and just put it in the oven with the veggie fingers. I then chopped some tomatoes and I called it dinner. For dessert, I had some high-protein strawberry yogurt, which honestly just tastes like heaven. I love chocolate, but I would even pick this yogurt over chocolate. And that was it, guys. If you enjoyed it, please show the like button some love and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!